Hi, this is Ramaji. Get enlightened in 1 year or less, guaranteed. Ramaji and Ananda present Achieve Permanent Spiritual Awakening in 1 year or less with the revolutionary new RASA spiritual transmission, because what you're about to see is something brand new. Are you a serious spiritual seeker? Have you been seeking for years, perhaps even decades? Are you so burned out on your search that you're ready to give up? Have you tried everything to achieve your spiritual awakening and failed? Are you tired of hearing the same old guru platitudes and empty promises? If so, we might be able to help. What we are offering you is unique. Nobody else is doing what we do. Here is what we are offering you. It's what we're promising to you. We will bring your spiritual search to an end in 1 year or less, in some cases in just a few months, so that you are fully and permanently stabilized in non-dual awakening, enjoying the ineffable freedom of spontaneous and carefree living in the flow of life, also called non-doership, experiencing the spaciousness of your true self, knowing that you are finally free of your false little me, realizing that you have tapped into an unlimited higher spiritual power that will protect you and take care of you. Is this you? Are you ready? Our team is looking for men and women who are committed to spiritual awakening, who are ready to finish. If you truly are at the end of seeking, chances are you've been seeking a long time. But please don't give up. We live in a special time. It is easier than ever to quickly achieve the awakening you seek, if you know how. Before I tell you more about this opportunity, here's a little bit about us. Who are we and why listen to us? RASA University, Ramaji and Ananda Devi, our global team has enabled thousands of people, well, 1,000 plus, to achieve their spiritual awakening in 1 year or less, and we have dozens of video testimonials from happy realizers whose lives have been transformed after receiving RASA, and we've been doing it since 2011. RasaTransmissionInternational.com is our website. That's where the testimonials are. But you've got a special deal today. You're at the right place at the right time. So please hang in here and look at the sales page below. It's a very special deal that we've never offered before. We have books on Amazon 1000, which is about the levels of consciousness, and Ananda Devi's spiritual autobiography called Intimacy with the Infinite. This may be the most important spiritual opportunity that you've ever been presented with in your entire life. If you're sick and tired of seeking, if you're burned out, if you're about to give up, pay close attention. What you're about to discover is unlike anything you have heard of or tried. Do you sincerely want to be enlightened? You are in the right place at the right time. Our revolutionary new RASA spiritual transmission has helped more than 1,000 people achieve awakening. They achieved spiritual awakening in a year or less via online RASA sessions. They did this from the comfort of their home or office, quickly, easily, and effortlessly. This new, advanced spiritual technology eliminates all the old obstacles to spiritual awakening. No more getting up early, meditating for hours, chanting mantras, changing your diet, attending expensive retreats. No more having to tolerate egotistic gurus, mindless groupthink, idiotic ideologies, or other dogmatic handcuffs on your natural freedom. This new little-known RASA spiritual transmission system is a shortcut around all of that. It's the fastest method we've discovered to quickly and easily achieve awakening while living a normal, balanced, happy life. It's the fastest way we found to instantly overcome subconscious obstacles blocking your progress. And it's the way to automatically and reliably achieve the highest goal of human life, enlightenment and spiritual awakening, all without wasting time, energy, or money failing with the same old stale, ineffective systems. I'm going to reveal the exact details in just a minute. because first I need to give you an overview of why this new spiritual transmission system works so well. The model that most teachers are following as they try to awaken their spiritual students is completely backwards. The way most spiritual teachers work with their students is backwards. That's what you've been dealing with. Spiritual seekers seek for years, spend thousands of dollars, make huge sacrifices, yet only a few awaken. Why? Here's where spiritual seekers get in serious trouble with this seek and ye shall find model. They start with the mantra or the asana or the breathing or the visualization or other technique first, hoping they can then ascend and reach heaven. In theory, the model works. Most spiritual teachers and gurus can point to a few people who awaken from their approach. Maybe they're teachers now. Theory and practice are very different. You are a unique individual. Just because a few people got results from Guru X does not mean that you will. Why the Seeker Ascension model does not work. There's no way for you to know if your seeking will lead to awakening. You have no idea what the true cost to your personal life will be. You are confusing seeking hope with finding. Awakened in daily life, day by day, hour by hour. If you are honest, you have to admit you don't actually know what you're seeking for. All you have is descriptions from others. You're just hoping and praying you can ascend. This is called hopium. Find a teacher, take the hopium pill, follow the teacher, change your lifestyle, perhaps radically do the new technique in a dedicated fashion. Work hard, stay calm, and hope, hope, hope. You're going to keep seeking forever. You need something radical. You need an intervention. Hidden obstacles you're up against. As you listen to the spiritual teacher's words, you form concepts, images, and stories about what the goal feels like and looks like. These are fantasies. You read books like Yogananda's Autobiography of a Yogi. This only fuels the fire. Your mind makes movies about the blissful glories that await you. You buy into the popular guru promise that you will be above human. No more pain or suffering for you. You will experience only love and bliss. You think that you will be totally free of negative thoughts and emotions. In fact, there is a good chance you will not be having any thoughts at all. This is a bunch of crap. But what if most spiritual teachers and gurus have it all wrong? What if they were taught to do it backwards and now they're teaching you the same thing because it's all they know? What if they achieved their awakening in spite of doing it backwards and not because of it? This means their model is seriously flawed. This means you cannot count on it. This means there is zero guarantee it will work for you. There are teachers who awaken spontaneously. How can they teach you? What can they teach you? Here's the bottom line. The Seeker Ascension model is the model taught by most teachers today, and it's got the whole thing completely backwards. If somebody succeeds in becoming awakened, it's in spite of the Ascension model, not because of it. And we're very happy to tell you that there is another way. Our new Ascension model uses the descending spiritual power. In the ascending model, all you hear about are effort-based practices that move you up. For example, ascending Kundalini. The Ascension model is backwards. That's why we developed a completely new model, the Descension model. The way it works is really simple. This new model is all about ease of use and fast, reliable results, and it is called the RASA Spiritual Transmission Model. Here comes the sun, the divine light is coming down. Here comes the sun to bless you, change your life, and enlighten you. Rasa means essence. It's our word in Sanskrit for the descending spiritual power. This power is symbolized by the sun. Long before ascending practices like yoga and Kundalini, long before Krishna, Buddha, and Jesus, the way of the descending power was taught and delivered to seekers like you. What does this mean for you? Let's take another look at the long, difficult, unreliable path to getting awakened via the Ascension model. After trying multiple methods and multiple teachers and spending countless hours and thousands of dollars on books, courses, and retreats, after traveling to distant satsangs on yoga vacations or grueling 10-day Vipassana retreats, after changing your diet, chanting or meditating hours every day, and giving up sex, is there any guarantee that the magic will happen for you? Do you think that it will happen for your friends that are on that path? Probably not, right? Why? Because it's a crap shoot. You're just gambling. We're offering something different. Because of our track record of success with hundreds of students, we can guarantee that you will awaken and achieve enlightenment. That's right. We know how to take you from seeker to finished. Thanks to our unique descending power delivery system, we have permanently awakened more than 1,000 people since 2011. With less time, less money, less hassle, and with zero struggle for you, we can guarantee that you will achieve your awakening in just 1 year or less. Want to know the best part? It takes no extra effort by you. Your job is simply to relax and receive. We know this sounds too good to be true, but Rasa is real. If you are skeptical, we understand. We were skeptical too when the Rasas showed up in 2011 during a routine spiritual healing. I was asking for the healing light to descend, and a big white ball of light came down. The subject was an older woman who suffered from chronic pain. The big ball of white light entered her body through the top of her head, and we thought it was a physical healing. But it turned out her pain was not gone. It was not a physical healing. Instead, her level of consciousness had gone up, and she was not afraid of the pain. Intrigued, we offered this new healing experience for free. And what happened was that out of the first 10 people who tried it, 2 gained a permanent spiritual awakening. Looking for answers, we explored ancient spiritual texts. We discovered that our results from Rasa are based on esoteric spiritual knowledge that was lost approximately 10,000 years ago. History is filled with stories of dramatic spiritual interventions by source. The difference with Rasa is that it is based on advanced spiritual technology that is more than 10,000 years old. Since 2011, we have given Rasa to thousands of people. In the past, we delivered Rasa in person. Now we give Rasa live online globally to individuals and groups via Zoom. We have found that giving Rasa online is just as effective as giving Rasa in person. For some people, online is better. They feel more safe and comfortable in their own home. Since 2012, we have been awakening at least 70 people per year. Our Rasa spiritual transmission model, based on the ancient secret of the descending spiritual power, really works. Now that you know how Rasa came into this world, perhaps you would like to know how it works. What is the Rasa process, and how can it help you? The Rasa transmission process, how it works, and why it works. At the highest level, Rasa is a pure divine light coming from Source. The human agent, the Rasa giver, is a person who is enlightened and at what we call LOC 1000, and they invite the light to come down. The spiritual seeker, you, just relax and receive, and you let the divine descending power do the work. Relax, just like you're lying on the beach getting a suntan. The highest level is God, pure divine or source, sometimes called absolute. It's not easy to realize the absolute. It almost always takes a spiritual friend or guru. The human agent is bringing the light, but they're actually inviting the light to come down to remove the darkness, the confusion. The seeker is at the end of seeking, and they are realizing that no amount of effort by their ego will cause their awakening. The spiritual awakening is the dissolving of the separate little me self and its tiny separate will. Realization that awakening can only take place via grace and not from effort leads to total surrender, letting go, and spiritual awakening. What is a spiritual transmission? Perhaps you heard of spiritual transmissions. They've been around for thousands of years. Rasa is new. All spiritual transmissions are not equal. There's many names: Shaktipat, Guru Kripa, Ladihan, Diksha, Grace, and Blessing. The most common Shaktipat today is called Kundalini Shaktipat, from a Kundalini Guru. But there is a problem. The typical spiritual transmission uses the personal energy of the giver. The results are limited by the consciousness, the level of consciousness, or LOC, of the giver. This waters down many forms of modern spiritual transmission. It makes sense that if the spiritual energy coming from or through another person is strong enough to produce awakening, it must be very powerful. And there are then problems, which have usually been with Kundalini Shaktipat gurus. Even great Kundalini Shaktipat gurus like Swami Muktananda are known to have put seekers into shock with their powerful blast of spiritual force. The antidote to this problem is to eliminate the person-to-person nature of the transfer of spiritual energy. Go from me to you till we both receive. And that is exactly what the Rasa spiritual transmission does. Also, spiritual transmissions can get watered down. Some modern spiritual movements give a form of Shaktipat, Diksha, or spiritual blessing, and they allow any of their followers to give it. So what can happen is the level of consciousness of the giver may not be that of awakening. In fact, the LOC of the giver could be lower than the LOC of the receiver. Another problem is that the giver's energy, personality, and other factors can be compromised and polluted. This affects the spiritual transmission. Our research has found that the only way to preserve the power and purity of the spiritual transmission is to make sure that each person who is giving the spiritual transmission is stabilized at the highest level. We call that LOC 1000, and it is synonymous with self-realization or full enlightenment. Rasa spiritual transmission handles all these problems. All the certified Rasa givers are at LOC 1000. The Rasa blessing comes down on both the giver and the receiver. The spiritual grace energy is not sent to or at the recipient. Instead, it gently descends on both the giver and the receiver. There are no side effects when receiving Rasa. It is very gentle. Imagine you're having a nice chat with your Rasa giver in a cafe. Now you both go outside and there's a gentle rain. This gentle rain comes down on both of you. This soft, sweet, gentle rain is pleasant, even blissful. Your Rasa giver says, "This rain is coming down on both of us. When I give you Rasa, I get Rasa too. It comes down on me also." That's why Rasa is gentle and safe. It's like water. It descends from the divine feminine. Water is feminine, yet it has the power to overcome any obstacle. Like water, it goes deep into the mind to remove stubborn blocks. Are you ready to receive Rasa? Do you want us to personally help you achieve your spiritual awakening? Remember our big promise: